Hello ladies and gentlemen, Roly82 here, your railroad archaeologist, which today we're going to try something different. Today's going to be a historic day. In addition to my railroad videos, I want to try a new series. This is going to be called Rolling with Roly, and we're going to show you my daily exploits, a day in my life, stuff that I go through every so often, experiences. Sometimes we'll just talk about stuff, different places. So yes, I'm pretty enthusiastic about this. My first one was a pork shoulder that I did for Father's Day. I roasted this smoked this for 12 hours, and it came out delicious, fall off the bone. So the first Rolling with Roly is gonna be my recipe for smoked pork shoulder. All right, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully you like it, and look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Roly82 here. Welcome to another episode of Rolling with Roly. So today I'm going to be like the little drummer boy. The little drummer boy offered Jesus his most distinguished characteristic. He played a drum solo for him. So today I'm going to offer you guys my drum solo. My drum solo is going to be a smoked pork shoulder for 12 hours. So this is a 10 pounder. And you can see it still has a fat cap on. This is very integral in it becoming a soft pulled pork at the end of those 12 hours. So what you want to do first is, you guys will see why that's important later on. So first you want to make sure you have yourself a very sharp knife, such as this one. Preferably one that's not serrated. And you're going to score it as such. You're going to make X's on it. So you're going to make perpendicular diagonal lines on it. You're going to go like this. This is gonna allow the fat cap to render. This one needs to be sharpened a little bit, but that's okay. Still gets the job done. This is gonna allow the fat cap to render very smoothly. Put it on pause. All right, guys and girls. So yes, we're scoring it over here, as you can see. You want to make little X's on it. Depending on the size of the tray you get. Some trays might be more user friendly than others, and you might have to dig deep into here like this. There you go. There you go. Now we're becoming. Okay, so for the fat underneath to render, it's gonna take exactly 203 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. So this will kind of help it render. And then at the end, you're gonna have little X's. You're gonna have the skin, and then you're gonna see that there's gonna be no more fat cap underneath. The fat cap is gonna have rendered all through the layers of meat. And ideally at the end of this operation, 12 hours, the bone is gonna fall off. It's gonna take very little effort to dismantle it. Pause. All right, guys and gals, so now that you have the meat scored like this, the next step is to get yourself some butter, margarine, whatever you have available. And you're gonna get some, put it in here. You're gonna melt it. Some people, if you want to take your time, you can use a frying pan and melt it, or you can use a microwave. So this is gonna act as seasoning and as a binding agent for your seasoning. It might even create a nice little bark if you give it the appropriate time and temperature. So you're gonna put this in the microwave for maybe about 30 seconds, and then you're gonna baste it all over the meat, and I'll show you how. So the final product is gonna look like this, and you're gonna smear it, make sure that it's gonna run down all the scores on the meat, which is good because it's gonna get in there and season it ever so nicely. Okay. Then in my part of the country, we use Goya, which is a Cuban seasoning, but in your part of the country, you might have something else you like. Goya is not paying for me to do this, by the way. This is out of my own love for this product. And then you just ever so gently, you don't want to put too much because then it's gonna taste like seasoning. So you want it to have its own natural taste. And yeah, just like that. So that'll be good. And then I'm gonna leave it overnight like this. I'm gonna wrap it in aluminum foil, and I'll see you on the smoker tomorrow. All right, ladies and gents, the next step was I got one of these tumbleweeds, set it on the ground, lit it on fire, and then I used this cylinder over here to light my charcoal. I think it's like the best way. All that other lighter fluid and everything may or may not work depending on the wind and the weather, but this always works, guarantee it. So the way it works is you light it from the bottom, smoke comes out on top. When it stops smoking and you see the flame on top, that charcoal already lit. So I'll see you when I lay the pork shoulder on there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the universe kind of dealt me a bad hand here. As you can see, it's raining, and I've had to hover over this to protect it from the rain, but you can see that my efforts have paid off because the flame is already coming out on top. That means the charcoals are lit from top to bottom, and I'll be dropping them over there pretty soon. All right, guys and gals, so I dumped what you saw in the canister over here, oak. Here's my firewood, and here's the pork shoulder from yesterday. So I'm about to put it on there. Check back with you in a few. All right, guys and gals, so as you can see, I've been keeping it slow and steady at around 300. And after the third hour, you gotta moisturize it every hour with some butter. So as you can see, this is what it looks like after the third hour. Look at that, fat might be starting to render, so. Oh, very important, I included a pan with water in the bottom to keep it hydrated because this works on a circle, so yeah. Alrighty. Okay, ladies and gents, so it's been 6 hours. We put this in at 7 a.m., it's 1 p.m. So now we're gonna transfer it onto here. We're gonna baste it with some butter, wrap it in aluminum foil, and you're gonna see how pretty it looks. Check it out. So the fat has to render at 203 degrees internal temperature. At 7 p.m. when we take this out of here, the bone's gonna be already out of there, and this fat is gonna have rendered, and it's gonna be looking, tasting absolutely amazing. Okay. This fat's not gonna be here at 7 o'clock, so. It's gonna be, notice that the pan is dry. At 7 p.m., that pan is gonna be soaking in juices and pork fat that would have rendered at 203 degrees. So, I'll see you at 7 p.m. I'm gonna wrap this up and I'll see you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is after 12 hours, 7 p.m., 1 minute 2. Looking for the bone. That is how you do a pulled pork right there. Bone just comes right off, clean, no meat. That's how you do it, gourmet style. Kaboom.
Espérate, saluda. Aguanta el queso. No quiero venir.
Yes, so this is how you do a gourmet style pulled pork. And you just let it soak in the juices in the bottom, and tomorrow it tastes great. Bone fell apart in 3 pieces, look at that.
Quedó empingado. No.
Sorry. And that means that's Cuban for it looks awesome. See the steam. You guys can thank me later. You can make this for Father's Day, Mother's Day, corporate events. See you next time on Rolling with Roly.